Yo, what's up guys, Joey here, hope all is well. Welcome back to another full PC build guide. Today we discuss the best $600 gaming PC for 2025. Here we have the build right behind us in the pink colorway, rocking a Hello Kitty theme.
Does it come in black?
It does come in black. Last week's build, we tackled the $500 price point with Intel's A580, a great value GPU for that $500 build we did. Today we cover the $600 budget, and next week we're going to cover the $1,300 budget. That's gonna be a 1440p gaming powerhouse of a build. Stay tuned for that one. If you're new to the channel, welcome. You are in good hands. If you're in the market for a new gaming PC build and you wanna do it yourself, full beginner guide is what we're gonna be doing here today. From the discussion of all the parts and how much they cost, us building it together, I got you guys covered every step of the way. And then at the end, the fun part, we put the build to the test against 25 games. Yes, you heard correctly, 25 games. Anyways, guys, let's jump into it. So our graphics card of choice, the RX 6650 XT. You can compare the performance of this card to an RTX 4060 by NVIDIA, except the 4060 is like, it's almost $100 more expensive than this one. So if you want to get an idea of what you're getting here, compare it to the RTX 4060. It depends on the game though, because some games, this card will perform better. For example, in Call of Duty, this performs better in Call of Duty than the 4060. Kind of crazy, right? Because this card costs almost $100 less than the 4060. And this one here in front of us looks beautiful. This one's by Sapphire, and it's rocking a full black colorway, and it has a beautiful backplate, not gonna lie. We have ourselves a beautiful looking $210 card that takes 8 pins of power. But this is a great value, guys. The card speaks for itself. The performance and the price that it goes for. Classic Ryzen 5 5600. I call these classics because they've sold like 1 million of these. They've been around for a while, and they're still selling because they provide a lot of performance for the price, guys. It comes with the stock heatsink, so no need to worry about buying additional cooling. As far as the upgrade potential of the build, because I do want to discuss that now in future build guides. The upgrade potential for this one ranks good. With the B550 chipset, you can still bump this up to some pretty good AM4 CPUs. For example, the 3D CPU, this one right here. That's one of my favorite CPUs on AM4 for gaming. It's great, it's a killer. In the future, you can definitely upgrade to that one, and I would definitely consider that CPU future proof. You would be good. So back to the motherboard. We have ourselves a Micro-ATX form factor board. It's by MSI. This motherboard right here is giving us 2 M.2 slots for our SSDs. This motherboard does have built-in Wi-Fi. That's good. And it gives us a good amount of USB ports. A 500 gigabyte Western Digital WBlue M.2 SSD. If you need more capacity, up it, guys. I know games are huge nowadays, but we have to stay within budget. For the RAM, we have the 16 gigabyte kit, 2 sticks of 8 gigabytes at 3200 megahertz by Pinnacle in the white colorway. Beautiful RAM, it's gonna look awesome. And we used it in the past $500 build, and it did not disappoint us. The power supply. This is a gold rated 650 watt power supply by this brand right here that I struggle to pronounce, so I will not pronounce it. 650 will support future graphics card upgrades, but not super beefy ones. So if you plan on upgrading to a super beefy one in the future, get a 750 watt power supply. It'll give you more wiggle room. The final part, our case. This is a Micro-ATX case, and it is in the pink colorway. This case also comes in white and black. I've never used this case before. I'm already getting the first impressions. It looks awesome. Beautiful colorway on this guy. You guys already know I like to see different colors than the norm. This one looks awesome, guys. This build is gonna look super sick. It has 3 pre-installed fans, 1 in the back and 2 in the front. Tempered glass side panel, and everything inside is pink. The whole thing is pink. Pretty good case, guys. Not bad at all for the price we paid. Up here, we have a power button. This button changes the lighting of your fans and the other stuff. And that concludes all the essential parts for a total cost of this right here. Now we're moving on to our second parts list, which is completely optional. This is only for looks. A Funko Pop to give it character, Hello Kitty. Our cables in pink and white colorway, and our Crater ARGB kit. I'm really proud of this one because it's now available on Amazon. Link in the video description, guys. You pick this up and you leave a good review. You're really supporting me, and I really appreciate that. Thank you. Anyways, quick overview. Whoa, nice sticker, man. Really nice sticker right here. High quality, waterproof. Pretty dope. Crater blasting with his rifle. We have 2 strips in this kit. Flexible, bright, and strong magnetic attachments. The reason why we get this is because it gives us the big splash of light inside our build, fully customizable with tons of effects, and then that shows up for components. Anyways, guys, that is it. Let's jump into the build guide. Here we go. First, we're gonna install our CPU into our CPU motherboard socket. So when we take a look at our CPU, you're gonna find a golden arrow on the bottom left-hand side of it. And when we take a look at our CPU socket on our motherboard, you're also gonna find an arrow, and it's gonna be located on the top left side. Push this lever to the side and lift it all the way up, and then line up the golden arrow of our CPU with the golden arrow on the CPU socket. So just hover it over and let it drop right into place, just like that. You can give it a little wiggle, it's in. Return the lever back to its original position. Next, we're gonna unscrew these two brackets. Now let's get out our heatsink, and right behind it is our pre-applied thermal paste. Be sure not to smudge that. And now we're gonna line up the 4 points of our heatsink with the 4 points on our motherboard. So I'm gonna have the AMD techs to the left side of me, and I'm gonna look down here as I'm laying it down to line up all 4 points correctly as it makes contact with our CPU. So now I'm going to screw in one side a little bit, just get it to attach. Good. And we're gonna secure this heatsink in an X pattern. So now get the screw across and secure this one a little bit. And we're securing in an X pattern to maintain even pressure. And now get these two attached. All right. Now the final one, we're gonna secure it all the way down. And the screwdriver will stop turning. It won't let you over tighten it. It has a safety on it. So simply keep turning till your screwdriver stops. Last, connect the heatsink fan to the CPU fan header on our motherboard. Done, CPU installed. Next, the installation of our 16 gigs of RAM. If we take a close look at our RAM stick, you're gonna notice how it's indented in the middle. We need to line up the indented part with the part on the RAM slot that's not indented. We're gonna be sticking our sticks into the second slot of RAM, pull both of the levers back, and the fourth slot of RAM, so the RAM can run in dual channel mode. Then we go ahead and line up the RAM where it's indented with the RAM slot where it's not indented. So we just get it into there and then push down with both thumbs equal force. And the RAM will go in all the way and both levers will clip back up. Same thing for our second stick. Get our RAM into the fourth slot, push it down with both thumbs equal force. Done, RAM installed. Next, the installation of our M.2 SSD. This little guy is gonna go right here. We're gonna want a 0 screwdriver, the smaller one. Gonna unscrew both of these, remove the heatsink, and now we simply plug our M.2 into this slot, just like that, and then it's gonna rest on the standoff right there. Before we put the cover back on, remove the protective film on the back of it. Now we have our M.2 SSD rest on the standoff, and we put the cover back on. And go ahead and hold it down and secure it with the screw. But only attach this screw, just get it to attach. Don't tighten it all the way first to get this lined up. And now secure this one all the way down. And now finish securing the other side. Cool. And there we go, we're moving fast, guys. Now we're ready to put our motherboard inside our case. So first, let's get the front and back panel off. Back here, we're gonna find the bag that has all the screws for the case. And when you have your PC case, make sure to undo all these metal ties inside of the case, because the metal in these ties could touch your components and short them. So get rid of all the metal ties. Another thing I like to do on all the cases is removing the hard drive cage, because I don't use hard drives anymore. Hard drives are dying out for desktop use, at least. SSDs are getting larger and they're so much more speedier. I don't know, I'm curious. Do you guys still use hard drives? Go ahead and comment it down below. I mean, I use hard drives in a NAS server, for example, but definitely not on my personal rigs. Now we have more space inside our case for cable management. So when we install our motherboard inside our case, you want to make sure that all of the standoffs inside the case line up with all the points of the motherboard. So we need to add 3 additional standoffs inside the case before we install our motherboard. We're gonna be using a 5mm nut driver. I'll link this in the video description. And we're only gonna be installing 2 motherboard standoffs. One right here. So I'm just screwing it in. And these extra standoffs came with the case, of course, that were in the case bag. And the second one's gonna go right here. And that's it, guys. Now we're ready to get our IO shield. And this thing is going to clip into our case. So we line up the IO shield back here, and you want to make sure that the 3 circles are on the bottom side of the case. And then you just clip in all 4 sides. And what the IO shield does is it covers up the openings between our motherboard ports. So you can hold the motherboard from the heatsink and I'm going to line up the ports of the motherboard with the IO shield. So I'm gonna get it in here, making sure that this fan cable is on top of the motherboard, not under it. I'm going to line up all the ports with the IO shield. Good to go. And now I lay down the motherboard onto the standoffs, and I line up the middle motherboard standoff with the motherboard. And it might fall out of place, we can let it go, but it's okay. We'll hold it in right now with a screw. The screws we're gonna be using come with the case, and it's this one right here. So we're gonna secure the motherboard with 8 screws, starting with the middle one right here. And then at the end, we'll review all the points we screwed in. All right, motherboard secure, so 3 screws on top, 1 here, 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 all circled red. And in the middle of the motherboard, another 3, here, here, and here. And in the final row, 1 here and here. Now it's time to install our power supply. Now, before we get our power supply in the case, we're gonna be hooking up our custom power supply extension cables. We're only going to be plugging in 3 of them. First extension we're plugging in is our big 24-pin power cable extension. So originally, this would hook up directly to the power supply. So instead, we're going to hook up the big 24-pin power cable from the power supply to the extension, just like that. And now in the front of the build, this is gonna be on display instead. This is how we make our builds pop. So that's the first one we're gonna be plugging in. Next, we're gonna be plugging in a CPU extension. How you find it is you wanna locate an 8-pin cable that is split 4+4. That's how you know it's a CPU power cable. And then we're gonna hook up the other end of the extension to a cable from our power supply that's labeled CPU. And last cable is the graphics card power cable. So we're gonna wanna find a power supply cable that's labeled PCI Express. This is what powers our graphics card. It's going to have 2 plugs, but for the graphics card we're using, the RX 6650 XT, it's only gonna be using a single 8-pin. And how do you know it's a graphics card power cable? Because these split into 6+2 instead of the CPU's 8-pin power cable that splits into 4+4. So when we look through our extensions, we want to find an 8-pin cable that is split 6+2, and that is a graphics card power cable. And we hook it up to the graphics card power cable from the power supply. And that's it, we're done, guys. So when installing our power supply, make sure that the fan is facing down, and we're gonna slide it right in here in the back of the case, and we're gonna line it up. So it's gonna suck in the cold air from the bottom of the case and blow out the hot air through here. And we secure it with 4 screws that came with the power supply. And our build is really starting to come along. Beautiful, guys, power supply installed. All right, guys, we're almost done. Now it's time to connect all our cables. No need to get intimidated. We break down the cables into 3 groups and take it 1 cable at a time. Very simple process. First group of cables, all our power supply cables from the power supply, which powered things. And the second group of cables, all the case cables from the case that connect our power button, our USB ports to the motherboard. And then the third and final group of cables is all our fans of the case and the lighting. So our first group of cables are power cables. First cable we're plugging in is our big 24-pin cable. We're gonna route it from the back of the case to the front through here. Our big 24-pin cable is going to plug in right here, guys. So this clip right here is going to clip back here. So first we're gonna line up our 24-pin up straight, get it into the slot, and then we're gonna push in until it goes in all the way and it clips. Just like that, it's in all the way and it has clipped back here. Second power cable is our CPU power cable. Remember, the 8-pin that split 4+4. And we're gonna wire this one through the top of the case right here on the far right. So the CPU power input is on the top left of our motherboard. We want this clip to clip back here. So we're going to line it up straight. And once we have it in, push it in all the way till it clips. And there we go. Moving on to our second group of cables, our case cables. First cable, HD audio. So this one we're gonna route from underneath the case right here, and it's gonna connect right here, guys, at the far left of our motherboard. And this cable is labeled with HD audio text right there on it. We're gonna plug in this cable with the HD audio text facing up. This cable only goes in one way. So once we get it in, push it in all the way. Line it up straight and push in all the way. Next case cable is labeled USB, and we're gonna wire this one through the bottom of the case as well. The USB 2 cable could hook up to any of these 2 USB ports. This cable also only goes in one way. So the USB text is located on the bottom, guys. Very simple process though. If it doesn't go in, that means you just have to flip it on over. You have it on the wrong side, so you need to get the correct side in it. Now we're gonna plug in our JFP1 cables right here. And that's these little cables right here, guys. They hook up the power switch of our case and the lights on top of our case to our motherboard. And now we wire them to the front of the case. First, our HDD LED cable. Positive and negative are labeled. We flip over this cable and the arrow is the positive side. So the positive side of HDD LED hooks up into our 5 pin. So it's the second row of pins, 5 and 6. There we go. Next is power LED, also labeled. So the positive is going to be on the left again with the negative on the right. So right on top of HDD LED. Power LED plus for positive on the first pin, power LED minus for negative on the second pin. And last one for this case is our power switch. This does not matter as far as positive and negative goes. You can hook it up anyway into the 3rd and 4th pins on the first row of pins, the top row. Just like that, JF1 is complete. And now our last case cable is our USB 3 cable. If you take a close look at it, it has a hump on one of its sides. And we're gonna wire a USB 3 cable through the side of the case right here. And it's gonna plug in on the bottom right-hand side of our motherboard. And if we take a closer look, there's an opening right here for the hump. And for this cable, the way we plug it in is we have to first line it up straight, head on, so we don't bend any pins, because there's pins in here. There we go, it's in, all pins are connected, and now we push in all the way. And that is all our case cables. We're almost done, guys. Moving on to our 3rd group of cables, our fans and our lighting. So first, we're gonna get our fan controller right here. And you can go ahead and paste it somewhere on the case when we remove this, but we'll do that at the end when we cable manage. So first thing we need to do is we need to provide power to our fan controller. It's going to take SATA power. So we wanna get a SATA power cable from our power supply, which is this right here. And then you wanna connect the SATA power cable from the power supply to the SATA input of the fan controller. The fan controller now has power. Next, we're gonna hook up the 3-pin ARGB cable from the fan controller to our motherboard. This will then let us control the colors of our fans with software on our motherboard. So let's turn our case around and we wanna look for a 3-pin ARGB input. And this motherboard has 2 of them actually, which is perfect because that's what we're gonna be using, both of them, on the bottom right of our motherboard. So I'm gonna route it under here and it only hooks up one way. So we need to line it up correctly. We take a look at it, there's an arrow. That arrow is going to be on the left side right here. And there we go, it's in. Very simple. The 3 pre-installed fans inside this case were already hooked up to the fan controller that we just powered and hooked up to the motherboard. So all our fans are good to go. Next, we're gonna install our RGB LED strip kit. The 5-volt 3-pin kit, ARGB, cool sticker, 2 ARGB strips, an extension cable, and the cable that our fan controller had as well, a 3-pin ARGB. That's how we're gonna be hooking up the strips as well. So now we're going to look for, and there it is, guys, top right side of our motherboard, another 3-pin input for our ARGB devices. And if we take a close look, this pin down here is where we're gonna line up the arrow of our ARGB strips to. So the arrow is gonna be facing down as we hook it up into ARGB input, which is hooked up to our motherboard, hooks up to the extension cable, and then the extension cable hooks up to the strip. So now one strip is hooked up to the motherboard, and then it's a daisy chain system. So you simply hook up the second strip to the other end of the other strip. And there we go, they're hooked up to the motherboard. Now it's just a matter of placing your strips inside the case however you please with the strong magnetic attachments. So I'll go ahead and do that for you guys time-lapse style. So we have one strip right here, and then we have one strip along the top of the case. And this is gonna provide a lot of light inside our case. We're gonna be able to see our components. And it's dope because it's ARGB, so there's tons of different lighting effects you can use with these strips. And now we're ready for the end, the installation of our graphics card, the RX 6650 XT by AMD. Here we go. We have to first make room for it by removing the first and second brackets. Okay, and now inside of here, we want to remove the protective sticker on the PCI slot. Push the lever of the PCI slot all the way back. And now we're going to get our RX 6600 XT and we're going to line up our card with the PCI slot. Head on, just line it up straight, push it in and get it in there. And once you have it in there, then you push it in straight. until it goes in all the way, and that lever is going to clip back up, and our card is in now. And now we secure it with the screws. And finally, we hook up our final power cable to our graphics card. I'm gonna be wiring it from the bottom right here, the middle opening on the bottom of the case where I'm getting our 8-pin power PCI power cable from, and then we plug it in. And boom, our graphics card has the juice it needs. And I'm just gonna clean up the cables. And there we go, guys. That looks beautiful. But now it's time for the final touches. I'm gonna cable manage the back, put the Funko Pop in, slap on the panels, and then we're gonna boot it up for the first time.
Feels like blue skies. No option, how to cheat away.
All right, guys, first boot up. Make sure you flip your power supply on.
Wow, you look so perfect. I'll hit the ground if you keep on looking at me like that. And you don't know what you do to me.
Again, guys, this case comes in white and black. And I will go ahead and link 2 additional case options that will also be compatible. The front panel looks awesome. Okay, so now time for the fun part, guys. We're gonna put this to the build against 25 games, and we're gonna find out just how well it performs for our money. Time to frag it up.
Hey, listen up and listen up good. You're not ready to go just yet. You need to install Windows. Windows can be a pretty price, but not anymore. Thanks to FragItUp.shop, you'll be fragging it up in no time. Pick up Windows 11 Pro with an OEM activation key for only 25 bucks. Shipping from the US of A. Go pick it up right now at FragItUp.shop. That's an order, soldier! Now you will need to watch this video. Here you will learn how to install Windows and all drivers for your new rig, plus some other important tips as well. The video will be linked in the description. What are you waiting for? Get back out there, soldier! PUBG. Medium settings.
Boom, first headshot. Second headshot. Oh my goodness, headshot. Nice victory, boys. Average FPS for PUBG, 157.
Escape from Tarkov Arena. Medium to high settings.
Yes, we are victorious! Oh, they could see me through there. Average FPS from Escape from Tarkov Arena, 79.
Halo Infinite. Medium settings.
Woo! Got you again. Ooh, that was so awesome. That's the last guy! Good job. Gee. Average FPS for Halo Infinite, 141.
ASSETTO CORSA. High settings.
Gotta find an opening. There's a turn coming up. Gotta slam the brakes. Oh, okay, impact coming. It has to be done. No! Average FPS for ASSETTO CORSA, 221.
Avatar. Frontiers of Pandora. Medium to high settings.
I like this game. Final average FPS for Avatar, 85.
Battlefield 2042. Medium settings.
Look at this guy just chilling there. Oh god. Ooh, headshot. Alright, they fell asleep. Victory is ours. Get out of here. We won! Average FPS for Battlefield 2042, 159.
Black Myth Wukong. Medium settings.
Boss battle. Oh my. Oh. Okay, we're doing better. There we go. That's how you do it. Average FPS for Black Myth Wukong, 127.
Black Ops 6 multiplayer. Medium settings.
Dude, is this guy hiding back here for a kill streak, bro? Because I'm gonna go get him. Oh, shoot, grenade. I caught up, guys. Oh, that was so dope. Totally choked at the end. Average FPS for Call of Duty Black Ops 6 multiplayer, 112.
Fortnite on performance mode.
Alright, average FPS for Fortnite, 232.
God of War Ragnarok. Medium settings.
Average FPS for God of War Ragnarok, 117.
GTA medium to high settings.
Oh, it's clear. We sent them to the dark, to the afterlife. Yeah, I like my new car. It looks nice. Toss it to this young man right here. Here you go. Merry Christmas, man. Be careful. Oh, he died. Sorry about that. Dang, get back over here. I just want to talk. Oh my goodness. No. All right, average FPS for GTA 70.
Helldivers 2. Medium settings.
Ah, yeah. Calm down. Get up, dude! Throw your nade, throw your nade. Just get away. Get away, I'm dead. I'm dead. Average FPS for Helldivers 2, 90.
Halo 3. Medium settings.
That's how you do it, baby. This thing is a one-shot kill, dude. I'm gonna kill the whole lobby with this. I just got an overkill. All right, good game, guys. We were losing, but we came back for the win. Average FPS for Halo 3 from the Master Chief Collection, 263.
Overwatch 2. Medium to high settings.
All right, guys, check out the FPS. It's in the 400s. FPS is going insane for Overwatch 2. We are getting over 360 FPS. Crazy. All right, let's hit some crazy shots. Boom, headshot. Boom. Ah! All right, guys, average FPS for Overwatch 2, 365.
Pavlov VR. Medium to high settings.
Oh, headshot, boy. Whoa, that's right. You can't take me alive. Yeah, that's right. Got one. All right, punk. The line of sight. Oh, to our right, bottom right. Get down, get down. Oh, I killed him. I killed him. About to kill all these punks. Come on, punk. No! Average FPS for Pavlov, 76.
Apex Legends. Medium to high settings.
Oh, I suck! That was the last guy! No! Average FPS for Apex Legends, 239.
Rainbow Six Siege. Medium to high settings.
Okay, that was close. Come on, punk. Come on, punk. Average FPS for Rainbow Six Siege, 284.
Red Dead 2. Medium settings.
Get up, my man. Come on, man. We gotta go. Let's go. Guy's a criminal, too. What the? Average FPS for Red Dead Redemption 2, 107.
Rust. Medium settings.
Kill him! Okay, guys, we'll call it right there. Average FPS for Rust, 85.
Marvel's Spider-Man. Medium settings.
Woo! Oh, that's a wrap. Man, this guy's a warrior. Finally. Oh my goodness. Oh god. No, no, no! Run, Spider-Man! Average FPS for Spider-Man, 138.
The finals. Medium settings.
There we go. Only one left now. Come on, guys. Only one left. Wow, man. I'm over here putting the team on my back. Okay, or not. Lost by a hair, man. Average FPS for the finals, 126.
Valorant. High settings.
Oh, get out of here. Ooh, that was nasty. We gave it our best shot, gentlemen, but we didn't bring home the W. Average FPS for Valorant, 371.
Counter-Strike 2. Medium to high settings.
Oh, my goodness. Wait, hold on. Oh! High refresh rate, 1080p gaming on a 240 hertz monitor, you're good. The average FPS is at 242, above 2. And I just got that no scope above 240. Ow. Let's see. This is a highly populated area. Last kill of the game. Final average FPS for Counter-Strike 2, 215.
Cyberpunk 2077. Medium settings.
Guys, let me in!
Got it!
Oh, God. Average FPS for Cyberpunk 2077, 224.
Warzone. Low to medium settings.
Oh my goodness, I thought I was gonna totally miss that kill. Oh! We lost, but I can't lie, that match was fun. Average FPS for Warzone, 90. And that's a wrap, guys. That completes our best $600 gaming PC for 2025 with the RX 6650 XT. And boy, was I not disappointed with its performance at 1080p. We played all the esports titles at high frame rates. It was awesome. And paired with an appropriate CPU, real world CPU combination, the Ryzen 5 5600. Great combo, not disappointed. And the aesthetics of our build, beautiful. Now let's talk about upgrade potential. First, for our CPU, the AM4 platform offers the Ryzen 7 5800X 3D, a great gaming CPU. If you're gonna upgrade this PC in the future, you can. Definitely go with that CPU. It's a great gaming CPU. I've used it in previous builds. I love it. AMD's X3D CPUs are amazing. For the graphics card, well, we have a 650 watt power supply in here. An RX 6650 XT is already a pretty good card. What would you pair it with? Time will tell. Yeah, no, time will tell. There's a lot of graphics cards coming out, guys. By the time you guys upgrade, time will tell. Catch you guys in next week's build. $1,300 price point, 1440p powerhouse of a gaming PC, continuing the Halo themed green colorway Master Chief Funko Pop. Peace, guys. Appreciate all you guys' support. Take care.